Hello guys, my name is Sergey. I'm a freediving instructor trainer at Crystal Freediving. It is a freediving school on the island Ko Tao in Thailand. So if you're looking for a place where you can do a freediving courses from the beginner up to instructor, welcome to our freediving school. So today I want to talk to you about side pool training as a static plus dynamic, or sometimes you can see the name stop and go, because you stop in the beginning and then you go. Pretty simple exercise. So what is the main purpose? For me it is two reasons to do such exercise. First, if you don't want to burn out from just repeating same routine over and over, this is a nice variation. The second, specifically for example why I use this exercise with my master freedivers, it is when I have a freediver who are pretty nice with a static breath hold, but as soon as this such freediver doing dynamic, as soon as he has the contractions, then she immediately start to speed up, start to be more tense. So good with the static, not really good with dynamic. And then sometimes this exercise kind of helping to overcome this problem. So the idea is really simple. You do static breath hold, and then without lifting your heads from the water, you do dynamic apnea. For example, when I doing this exercise, I don't do it really often. Like I said, for me it's more to some kind of variation of my normal routine. So when I'm doing this exercise, I have my fins on, my neck weight, and then I simply bend forward and hold my breath for a certain amount of time. And then when my safety body tell me time to start, then I just starting. I do 40 meters, I come up, do my recovery. So for example, again, it is just as a guideline. You can change the time or the duration of your dynamic apnea. Let's say you start with a static 10 seconds and then you do 40 meters dynamic. Why 40? Because our pool is 40. If you have 25 or 50, you can base your table on that. Then let's say I have a rest. For me, when I do such table, it's more like a O2 table. So I have, I like to have a nice rest, maybe somewhere between 1.5 to 2 minutes. Then you do 20 seconds breath hold, and then 40 meters again, 30 seconds, 40, 50, 60, etc., etc. So as you can see, dynamic, the distance is the same. Why? Because I want to start at one point and then I want to finish in the same point. Or, like I said, if it is a 25-meter pool, you can start at one side and finish on another. So it is more like your preference. And again, you can make it more difficult or more easy by changing the time, the steps between the static. So for example, you can do 10, 15, 20, 25, or you can jump every time like by 10 or by 20 seconds, and then you can make it harder or you can make it easy, right? It's pretty nice exercise. Like I said, I don't do it really often, but sometimes it's nice to do it. There is a few variations of this exercise. You can do it opposite. You can start with dynamic and finish with static. Then you can call it go and stop, right? This exercise is especially nice if, for example, again, you always do dynamic, you do nice technique, but at the end when you get uncomfortable, you couldn't control your relaxation. Then it's nice because you do your dynamic, you finish, and then you try to be completely relaxed, again without lifting your head out from the water. Or you can do even more variations. So for example, you can do dynamic, static, dynamic. Especially this one, some people do it in a way to simulate the dive, the dive in the ocean, because initially you start with doing some kicking, then static represents your free fall, and then you dynamic, let's say it is ascent. I don't really like this idea that this kind of simulation of the depths. I don't think that this is a simulation. At least it's not the same, so I don't see the reason to do it as a way to simulate your dive, but as a variation of your normal routine. I think it's fun. Yeah, from time to time I do it as well. Again, it's fun. You can make it harder or make it easy. So guys, this is it. This is what I was planning to tell you about static and dynamic. Again, you can do it from time to time, or you can actually concentrate on this technique and getting better and better and better by increasing your breath hold time or decreasing your recovery. If you're gonna increase your breath hold time, it's gonna be more like an O2 table, and if you're gonna decrease your recovery time, then you can do this exercise as a way of CO2 training. Up to you. Okay guys, thank you for watching my video. If you like it, if you find some useful information here, if you're planning to use this exercise on your next training, don't forget to hit the like button. It helps my channel to grow, and it helps me to sharing my freediving knowledge, some of it with you guys. One more time, thank you very much. See you in my next video.